Good morning, everybody. Orin J here with another War of the Visions video, and it's time to do our preview for both the second half of the Final Fantasy V collaboration and the bonus Bull Minotaur Vision card Esper. Again, bonus, I use that in quotations. There's a lot coming out, and I do know, like, guys, I feel it. I feel the pinch myself. Even my whale account, like, I have Amazon coins that I don't even have to buy. I just have them kind of stashed, and I'm even halfway thinking about not pulling for Faris. I think she's the coolest looking unit in the collaboration. She is the unit on my main account that I wanted, even if she's not going to be meta defining, but you do have to consider Roth is probably next week. If you need to stay strong through this time of a lot of units and vision cards and stuff coming out, stay strong. I'm not making this video or any other video to pressure anybody into doing anything. However, if Final Fantasy V was the collaboration you were looking forward to, if Faris was the girl you were looking forward to the most, she's gonna be a good unit. Is she gonna define the meta like King Bradley or Sephiroth? No, she's not. But let's talk about what she is going to do in this video, and that's where we'll start our little guide here. So here's Faris. She is a pirate with a secret, paladin, pugilist. Her accessory, her TMR, has defense, accuracy, and crit evade. Note the accuracy here. Definitely one of Faris's things is as a high accuracy unit. I don't think her accessory here is the best for that, but it does have access to haste. This is a TMR that if you don't have one that gives you access to haste yet, you do have one here with a little HP buff attached to it. It's not terrible, but like her, it's definitely also not meta defining. Her master ability gives her AoE resist, definitely a theme in her kit, gives her attack, HP, healing power, and a dragon armor skill upgrade from her dream enhancement. If we look at her kit, Heart of Courage that gets upgraded to Braveheart is far and away her best support ability. This gives you slash attack penetration, defense penetration. Again, that's both penetrations in one spot. That is just OP. And then AoE resistance 30. Now that AoE resistance 30 is only when she's at 70% or more HP. That's there to keep her from being one shot when she's running alongside a Celis or somebody else who has aggro or anybody else really. So it's just more AoE resist 4 to keep her from getting one shot. After that, you have choices. Do you want to be tankier? You have Holy Knight's Protection. Do you want to move faster and farther? You have Gate on Board, her job's other one. It's also the same one that like ninjas get. And then you have Continuous Attack Enhancement. Don't count this one out because this one gives you 20 accuracy. Definitely one of the things Faris is here to do is hit fire evade. She is an anti-fire evade unit, and she does it in the way that you want to do it. If you're fighting fire evade, she does not use guaranteed attacks. She uses a ton of accuracy. And then fighting spirit, this is one is good if you just want like more stats. So I think you're going to run her first one all the time, and then some mix of either Gate on Board or the accuracy one, depending on how you build her. Okay, for counter moves, I really like Protect Herself. It's a 50% chance to reduce damage taken by 20%. Now look, you do also have Paladin's Guard against physical that reduces damage by 45%, but at only a 20% chance to proc, that's not very high. A 50% proc chance is nice, just to take 20% less damage. Again, it's another mechanic she has built in to help her just not get popped, and that's super good. Okay, moving on to her new main job. Her cheat move, Wave Cutter. This is a cheat move, 121% modifier. She scales off of attack, dex, agility, and luck. And then when the target is killed, she will restore a little bit of AP for herself. Not bad. Then a self buff. She has increased slash attack by 25 and increased agility by 25. As far as self steroids go, it's good, but it's not like insane. She's kind of lacking that insane self-steroid that some units have, especially 100 cost units. It's still just fine for a buff. Attack of the Pirates. Now this one is a defense penetration 50 for self for the attack. It's a 3-hit slashing chainer. So right away, we can see that she has access to a 3-hit slashing move. Water chaining with slash is a real thing. She has a move she can do 3 times. It's a 3-hitter. That's pretty cool. And it also casts Sildra's Roar for self when she does it. Now let's scroll down a bit here and look at Sildra's Roar. Sildra's Roar increases attack, magic, and reaction block rate for an ally, and attack, magic, and reaction block rate for self. So not only is this a big time chaining attack, it is also a steroid. This is Okay, here we go. This steroid kind of to me feels like the rest of the seriousness of the Chief buff. You throw all those stats onto this buff, and it's an insane self buff. It said you have to cast this and use this ability. I don't know, but this ability will hit really hard, especially with that extra defense pin on it, so you can count on the AI using it sometimes. All right, group buff. Okashira's Protection. This is slash resist 20, strike resist 20 for allies around self, with self buff of dispel all buffs, haste, physical damage up, and magic damage up for 3 turns. Not a bad buff, but again, I don't know. There's TMRs that I think are better than this. There's a lot of buffs in the game that I think are better than that one. Pirate Strike that gets upgraded to Pirate Onslaught. This is a 200% damage modifier move. This is her high accuracy move, and it's a high accuracy square shaped AoE with the upgrade. And then it automatically casts another skill for self, Grace of Sildra for self. Now, this is the move that if we go look at the news here, this is what it's talking about. So you use Pirate Strike, or the upgraded version that we just showed, you get this AoE heal. You can definitely see this is her theme. Right, this is what she's meant to do, and it's pretty neat. She's a high accuracy unit, which is a high accuracy move. Then she has all this AoE resist, so she's standing next to other people. She drops bombs on the fire evade units, and then while her and her friends are moving in and doing damage, she is healing them through the use of her Pirate Strike into Sildra's Blessing. Once again, is this meta-defining? No, it's really not meta-defining. Is it super awesome? Yeah, it is. She's out there nuking people and healing her party. I think it just, if you could count on the AI to like perfectly do this every time, you're talking about one of the more broken units in the game. But you can't, so we're not. That's my take on it anyway. Then you have Dragon Armor. Now, this is her good self steroid. Protect, Shell, AP consumption down, AoE resist 20, accuracy 30. This is the must cast buff. Like, I know she has that other self steroid. This is the one you have to get off. So if you're using a group buff, you can use this buff to like group up with your team and then make sure you get this cast, or use a TMR to group up with your team and then get Dragon Armor online. Just make sure you get Dragon Armor online. Okay, Pirate with a Secret. She has Guard Cannon, which is a typeless water-based attack. Single target like this. It has a defense debuff on it. Once again, this could also be very useful for PvE if you need a defense debuff, if you don't have access to that somewhere else. And then she has a move that steals, I guess for farming Gill Snappers. Paladin, no courage in here, but she does have Saintly Wall for that physical shield if you want to run that. And then Pugilist gives her access to striking damage moves if you feel like you need some striking damage moves. Here's all of her unlocked skill, and her Limit Break hits really hard. So her Limit Break gives her 50 defense penetration for this attack, 200% modifier, small range or short range, small AoE, decreases CT by 50 for the targets while increasing CT by 250 for herself. So slow them way down, speed yourself way up, trying to build yourself that lap on the enemy, which then you move in and start chaining them down by yourself. Okay, like I think I've said this enough times already. I think Faris is awesome. I still like, she's going to be great against fire evade. If you want to build water to fight fire evade, I think you have a great tool right here. And if she's your girl, if this is your waifu that you've been waiting for, go for it. Go ahead and pull her. Okay, next up. Did I just call her Sildra? This is Sildra. This is Sildra. Her name's Faris. Anyway, here's Sildra. I've probably called her Sildra so many times during this video. Anyway, the vision card Esper that comes specifically with her is Sildra. Now, this is attack, HP, defense, agility. It is a VC with agility on it. That's cool. It has more accuracy and more AoE resist. Again, 2 of the things that Faris really wants. The group buff is critical hit rate 30, spirit 12, and slash attack pin 35. Really nice group buff there. If we look at the units who can use this, I'm not going to go like look at all of them, but let's focus in on water for a second. What water friends can you run this with Faris? A pretty nice list of units right here, including Astrius, Dia, Faris, Rachez, who's just getting her buff this week. Miranda's good. Like, if you're looking to move in and hit the enemy, I think Astrius is about as good of an ally as you can ask for. If you're building this like mono water accuracy team with Dia, Faris, Astrius and trying to live, that's pretty cool. So like the vision card is great for water, and then these are all of the other units right here that you see on the screen that can also use it if you just want a quick little, like, I'll scroll through this page. Otherwise, go to WoTV Calc, check it out yourself, and then let's move on to the Esper. Now this Esper is nice. 17 agility puts it at like the high end of medium. It has 112 attack, 78 magic, 1254 HP. Let's look at the skill tree. This is what I like about it. You have slash attack. You have attack nodes, which makes it generically more useful, right? A lot of units scale with attack. This has a whole little tree built to attack, more slash attack right here with accuracy nodes. Once again, something that Faris really wants, and then critical hit rate. So if, like, for my new account, for my new player account, this is an Esper that I would like to go for. I have a lot of units that are going to scale off of attack, slash attack, accuracy, and crit rate. Very generically good. I know it is a wind element Esper, and yes, it does have elements of being anti-earth in here, but you could also just build it like this, and it's great for a whole lot of units. So I do like it. Again, I don't know if a ton of people are going to pull for this Vision Card Esper unless they are also pulling for Faris, but if you do, grab this Esper, or if by some miracle the developers decide to actually be easy on us this week, like they promised they would be at some point during this, alignment of the servers, and they just hand this thing out for like 2K paid, I think it's worth picking up for 2K paid. Now, the bonus thing, or the thing I'm calling the bonus thing, the Minotaur, the fierce fighting bull himself. This is, let me mention something. Let's go back and look at the game for a sec right here. Now, in the client, for our update, it showed this as Sword Red Mage. I've heard from somebody that played on the German server that it had it listed as Sword Warrior, which Sword Warrior is what it's listed on the JP site. I said in my news video yesterday morning that I thought this probably was going to be the Sword Warrior and not the Sword Red Mage, so I will briefly look at the units that the JP WoTV calc says, but pay attention tomorrow. If this is something you're pulling for the group buff, make sure this group buff does what you think it does. Fair warning. Okay, here's what the card is though. HP, attack, and dex. The unit effect is attack and critical hit rate. All right, that's pretty good. The buff for the group is 60% attack, missile resist 16, critical damage 25. I want this card so bad for my new player account. In fact, this is going to be the first thing I pull for that wasn't part of like the newbie stuff on my account. This is just so perfect for what I'm running. If the unit list continues to be what this says it is, and it is indeed a card for Bart's and friends. If we look at the light element, you can see Bart's has a couple of buddies he could run this with, but I'm not blown away by this list. I would really have liked to have seen Winged Stern in here, and that is a little bit of a turnoff for me on the Vision card itself. Like Violet or Locke, if you're a newer player, you don't have. Warrior of Light, same story, and those are probably about the three best other people on here. So very collaboration blocked for the light element in terms of like getting the most bang for your buck out of that group buff from the Vision card, and that is something that plagues a lot of VCs. However, the Esper is another banger. 18 agility, so we're getting even faster with 113 attack and 1220 magic. The tree, you have light attack, you have attack nodes into light attack, you have anti-dark in dark resist and dark killer. You can never have enough access to anti-dark. Dark's everywhere, and again, for my like new player account, very excited for that. You also have slash attack nodes, critical hit rate nodes, and accuracy into critical damage. There's a little missile resist you can sprinkle in. This is a very, very good light Esper. It's something that I'm definitely pulling for. Like when I pull for this Vision card tomorrow, I am mostly pulling for the Esper attached to it. I don't even know that I will build the VC, but I also don't have to build it right away. It's not a limited VC. So if you are a veteran player and you have a stacked Vision card Esper lineup, you can off-banner this thing later. And in fact, that's probably the play I would go for, considering next week we're probably going to get another Vision card in Esper, or Roth, or something else that you might want to spend your Visior on. Oh, Orange A from the future again. I forgot some things, or I almost forgot some things. Let's talk about the new UR pieces of gear we're getting from the legendary Reliquarius event. And we have Rachez and Rafael getting their 140s, as well as a new piece of gear for our collaboration. So let's look at all those things. Dragon Claw. This is a new UR fist, 133 magic, 171 attack, 22 accuracy, 15 evade, 5 crit rate. So stacked. There's a lot of stats on there, right? As you would expect from a Reliquarius piece of gear. Now, the passive effects. When the conditions are met, auto cast the following skill. 10% physical damage increase when your HP is below 50%, and 10% magic damage increase when your HP is below 50%. So I don't love this. Your HP has to drop low, but when your HP drops low, you'll hit 10% harder. Okay, that is what it is, but you still do get strike attack 20, reaction block rate 30, and dragon killer 30. interesting piece of gear here. I think for a lot of people, it might be one of the best fists they have. It does have strike rate 20 and reaction block rate 30 on it. And then when you get low, you'll pop off a little bit more. Hey, it's solid. It's not one of the best pieces of Reliquarius gear that we've gotten, but it's pretty good. Then we're also getting to farm the Cloud of Heaven right here. You can see 193 attack, 124 magic with 7 accuracy and 20 crit. The buffs on this thing are agility 10% when your HP is above 80%. So we're flipping it. This time if you're full HP, you get that 10% agility buff. You have human resist 5% and critical rate 20. Okay, interesting piece of gear. Definitely not the highest damage katana we have in the game, but is it good? It's good. I just don't think, I think there's been better Reliquaries events, but hey, Reliquaries is fun to farm. So go get in there and farm that thing. Some of the funnest stuff in the game. Then we have the Serpent Fang here. Now, if you're Faris, this is going to be really good. You got 165 attack version with 18 accuracy and 23 magic. You get defense pin 20. So here's more access to defense pin for her. Or if you're just like a new player, like my alt account is, this is the first defense pin sword I've had free access to farm, really. If you're her, though, you get human killer 10 with physical attacks. You get defense and spirit debuff resist 100% when you have over 70% HP, and AoE resist 15 more. Okay, it's Orange J from the future one more time. We are now in the future of the future, and I realized that the AoE resist 15 on this sword is actually when she's below 70% HP. That's better than it used to be because her skill here is 30 when she's above 70, and that's going to go away, right? The first time you get hit or the second time you're going to get hit, you're going to drop below 70 and lose 30 AoE resist. Now, though, you get to keep half of it if you have this sword. That's what that does. Now, back to the previous future version of me before we go back to the current time version of me. Ton of it. Now, Raychez and Rafael are getting their 140s, their dream enhancements. Raychez is getting 10 more spirit, 200% chance to ignore fatal damage, so she has courage when she walks into a fight. Okay, now look, I might be tired and made a few mistakes, but once again, this is now second future Orange J back for the second time. And I would like to say, I read this as courage because I quit reading, I guess, right there. She actually just gets 50% more magic damage. It's better. It's better than I thought it was. I take the damage increase every day. Okay, back to first future me. And her fighting blade skill catches an upgrade. Fighting blade, that's the skill right here. It decreases water resist for the target, does 165% damage, restores AP to her, and restores her CT. This is a very powerful PvE skill. And so it's even more powerful than it was before. Overall, I think a very good upgrade for Raychez. And then Rafael, her dream ability is attack 20%, acquired AP up 30, and Zeki Blade, I think I said that close to right, is getting upgraded. This dispels auto revive for the target, increases her defense pin by 40 for 3 turns, not just this move, and now it goes up to 200% damage. Previously, it only did 165%, now it does 200, and now we can go back to the regularly scheduled programming. Let's go. So there we go, guys. That's a preview video for this week. I hope that was helpful for you. If you were looking for some help, thank you for watching and have a great rest of your day. I'll catch you next time. Peace.